I picked up this pure sine wave inverter. It's 300 watts last month, and I've been using it up at the cabin. It's been working good. This blue inverter is a Whistler. I've had this for, maybe 15 years. But it's not pure sine wave. It's modified sine wave. And it's worked good. It's a little bit noisy. It's got a cooling fan in it on the back there. But it's done the job. But now that I'm up here more and charging more devices, I figured I'd go with a pure sine wave inverter. So this inverter is made by Bestek, Bestek, and I like it. It's got two 110 volt outlets on it. Over here on the side, there are two USB outlets for charging, and there's a little monitor light there. And then on the other side here is an on-off switch. Turn the inverter on and off. So it's about the same size as the Whistler. It's got a cooling fan too in the back. This one's much quieter. The fan only comes on when it needs the fan. I guess when the components warm up. So it's been much quieter, and it seems to do the job. The devices I've plugged into it, my charger for my cordless tool batteries, it works well with that, and the USB ports on the side, I use those for my cell phone and other items like that, and they work fine. And the my laptop over here, I've charged it off these 110 volt outlets, and it seems to like that too. Nothing overheats or anything. So yeah, this has been a good purchase, and hopefully it lasts as long as the old Whistler lasts, which still runs. So this is going to go upstairs into the emergency box. But for now, I'll be using this new pure sine wave inverter. The directions say once you go over certain wattage that you shouldn't use the outlet. You should connect directly to a battery. And basically that's what I'm doing here. This outlet goes into the into my DC outlets in the wall, and those go right to the battery through a fuse. So, but I'm not going to be using this for anything close to 300 watts. Once I get my 24 volt pure sine wave inverter hooked up and finish wiring the outlets, then that will be doing most of the work. And then this will be a backup, another backup. I'm going to start putting tongue and groove up on the south wall, and these are the last two outlets I had to put in. The one on the left is for 110, and the one on the right is going to be for 12 volt DC. So I drilled a hole around the wires, put the outlet boxes in. I'll put that insulation back in, and we can start cutting the tongue and groove and nailing it up. Just have to notch around these two boxes. Alright, the time's come to put some tongue and groove up on the south wall. before I do that, I gotta sweep really good. And there's some spots here where I gotta fill in with insulation here and here. I don't know if you can see that. Let me use the other end. These two spots here. To fill in. I got a missing spot here of insulation. I gotta cut around those boxes. And then when I get down to this end, I gotta remove this piece of sheetrock. Let me get out of the light here. Gotta remove this piece of sheetrock so I can run the tongue and groove over to this corner. And this wall I have to move out an inch so I can get the sheetrock in there flush. The this wall, let me move back here. So this wall, so the two walls in the bathroom are held in place temporary for right now, because when I hook up the shower I'm going to need to move things around, so they're not permanently fixed in place yet. Trouble is that back wall is screwed in on the other side of this piece of sheetrock against the wall there, and it's probably screwed in to the floor in a couple places. So I got to take that piece of sheetrock off. There's only like 6 screws holding it on, and then move that wall over an inch to the left, and then secure it temporarily again while I run the tongue and groove nailed up. So eventually this wall will get some metal on the outside, and also where this sheetrock is here, there'll be some metal to stand off from the wall and reflect some of the heat from the wood stove. This sheetrock is just temporary because the insulation behind it was getting warm when I was running the wood stove. So that'll have to come down too. So that's my project, which will probably take a couple trips to get done, but we'll get started on it. This is what I was talking about with the back wall behind the shower in the bathroom. I got the sheetrock off, and I moved the wall back 3/4 of an inch. No, I moved the wall back 1.5 inches from the wall. Put block of wood in there at the top, and then screwed the stud back in. Maybe if I get a better angle. Yeah, well, you can kind of see on the right there at the top, there's a 2x6 I attached to the wall, and then I screwed the stud to that. So that'll hold it in place. Yeah. This back wall was only being held by 1 screw, which is fine for the time being. Whoop. So now I take this piece of sheetrock and move it back, screw it on the wall, and that'll be taken care of for the time being. That's the back of my shower behind the stovepipe. I got the first 2 boards down and everything's straight and level. Had to persuade the second board, or the top boards, in a couple places, but they're in there now. So now I go back down cellar and polyurethane some more tongue and groove, and then tomorrow we'll cut a board to fit around those outlets. Cutting holes for electrical box outlets. Wow, that fit the first time. No additional trimming required. Alright, we'll get a board on each side of that, and then we gotta do a cutout above the two boxes too, the next piece. Well, I screwed up. I was trying to get the end of this piece of wood to sit flush with the wood on the wall there. So I said, let me trim off a little bit of this opening so I can shove it over and meet up with the other piece there. But I screwed up and the piece broke off. So now I gotta cut a new one of these, put it in. I should have used my handsaw. My own fault. I used the jigsaw and just wasn't enough wood on there. Handsaw would have done it because there'd be less vibration. I did get up that piece, which was kind of difficult because I had to nail it underneath the Murphy bed here, and shove it down into place, or persuade it into place with a hammer. So the next series on this section of the wall, I'll have to lower the Murphy bed and get in behind there against the wall to nail those in. So that's what we got accomplished today. I'm starting to work on the tongue and groove behind the Murphy bed portion of the wall. Lowered the bed down. Got my long boards here, and I just have enough room to kind of squeeze around here because the boards are up against the wall there on the other end. So I got one more board. I'll be up under the windows, and hopefully we'll get a good portion of these boards up too. This is what I got done on the south wall this trip. I would have kept going, but I ran out of tongue and groove pine. So I got a little bit more to do in that corner. These pieces between the windows are easy. And then I got this section of wall to do behind the wood stove. So next trip we'll get some more pine, polyurethane it, and get it nailed up. And that'll take care of the south wall. I had a nice dinner down at the lake last night. Got a turkey club sandwich and a Coke, and went down to the beach and sat at a picnic table, had my dinner as I watched the sunset. I also got to see a seaplane take off, which was pretty neat. So it's time to head back, so that'll do it for this trip. We got a lot accomplished, I think. I'm happy. I guess that's the main thing. Alright, if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, give it a like, and please subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you next time. Take care.